How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today I have a story that my friend told me about where basically his little brother was telling him about this time where basically this kid came into his class and tried to convince everyone that he was Dream. Believe it or not, he wasn't Dream, but it actually turned out to be pretty funny because, the kid really did believe that he could pull it off, but at the end of the day, man, no one was buying it, and it was a pretty good story, so I thought I'd tell it on here. Real quick, make sure you are subscribed to the channel with notifications on. If you don't turn on the notifications, you won't see my storytime videos that I try and upload every single day. And also, if you leave a like in the video right now for a limited time, I will give you literally nothing in return, just because I'm feeling extra generous. And with that being said, let's get right into the story. Alright, so this story was told to me by my friend, and so basically my friend has a little brother, and his little brother is in the 5th grade. Let's call his little brother Ryan, right? So Ryan is, he's going to school, and this story took place last year, so it was pretty recent, right? So Dream was pretty popular at this time. Dream is still very popular now, but last year was kind of like the rise of Dream and his popularity. And it was also kind of a very high point for Minecraft as well, so it was very popular. And obviously there's like a younger demographic that does tend towards those videos. Obviously a lot of people watch them of all ages, but a lot of people in Ryan's class were a big fan of, Dream and Minecraft and all those kind of good things on YouTube, man. And I totally get it. When I was in 5th grade, I was a big fan of Minecraft and, all the people that were doing it then. There was no like real centralized figure like Dream right now or like when I was watching it, but still, I totally get it. And like, that's cool and all. So Ryan is relatively into it as well. And a lot of his classmates are, and you'll normally notice like that every single day. Someone will be talking about it. It'll be some part of the discussion. So one day, Ryan is sitting in class, and him and his friends are talking about Dream. I don't know exactly what they're talking about, but, maybe the new Minecraft manhunt video or something. Honestly, dude, if I was in 5th grade, I would probably be, as hyped as they are about the Minecraft manhunts. I mean, to be fair, man, whatever you think about Dream, those videos are entertaining. There's a reason why they get so many views. But anyways, Ryan and his friends were sitting in class talking about Dream's new video, whatever that was at the time. And then he noticed that one of his friends was kind of like looking at them and kind of like smirking a little bit and was trying to be super obvious about like smirking and like kind of like doing this big old smile. And this friend, let's give this friend a name. Let's call this friend Sam, right? So Ryan and his friends are talking about this Dream video, and Sam is just there smirking the whole time, looking at them. And eventually he walks over and he joins the conversation. He's like, so you guys really like this Dream guy on YouTube? And then he has this big old smile. And obviously, right, Ryan and his friends just have no idea what's going on, and they're just pretty confused, bro. They're just like, yeah, he's cool. I like his videos, right? Like, that's cool. Like, do you know who he is? And then Sam looks at them and has this big old smile. It's like, do I know who that is? And then like has like this big like look, right? And they're kind of looking at him. They're like, does he know who that is, right? Like, they're not catching on, bro. And Sam is like starting to get like a little bit frustrated because he's trying to put on this big act and have them be all like mystified, but they're really just confused, which I would be too if I was in that situation. Ryan and his friends are kind of looking at Sam like, okay, bro, I don't know what your angle is. And then Sam looks at them and says, well, I might know a thing or two about this Dream guy. And he gives him this big old smile, right? And then Sam says, have you guys ever seen Dream? And they're like, no, he's not done a face reveal. And then Sam looks at Ryan and his friends and he's like, so you guys don't know what this Dream guy looks like. So he could look like anyone. He could be anyone. And they're kind of looking at him like, okay, bro, like, sure, I guess. Like, we don't totally get the connection here. Like, we're not totally sure what's going on. We're not catching your drift, bro. And then Sam looks Ryan dead in the eyes and is like, what if I was to tell you that I know this Dream guy really, really well? Like, I know this Dream guy better than anyone else knows him. And at this point, Ryan was really confused. And Ryan's friends were also really confused because they were starting to realize that he was trying to like imply something. And now he's making a claim that like he knows this Dream guy, which they're like, okay, this dude obviously does not know this Dream guy. But they're starting to realize that he's trying to imply that he is Dream, right? Because he just prefaced it with, there's no way you actually know what he looks like, so he might as well be me. So Ryan and his friends are like, they decide to play a little bit dumb because they really want a confession. Like, they want Sam to say point blank that he claims that he is Dream. Like, they don't want, like, to make an assumption, then have Sam be like, oh, like, I didn't mean that. Like, you guys are crazy, right? Ryan and his friends wanted Sam to say. So they're like, we don't actually know what you mean, bro. Like, what are you trying to say? And Sam is like, come over here. And he kind of, like, has them come over. He's like, all right, quiet down. Don't make a noise when I tell you this. Don't be shocked. I don't want to draw attention. And Ryan and his friends are just like, oh boy. And Sam is like, Ryan? And then he says the names of the other friends there. I just don't know, and also just don't care. They're not important for the story, man. I'm sure that they're good people. But he's like, Ryan and friends, insert names, right? I have a confession. And he has this big old smile. And they're all just like, okay, let's see where this goes, bro. Because, like, they're just lost. And Sam is like, Ryan? You know that Dream guy on YouTube? And then Ryan's like, yes, I know that Dream guy on YouTube. We were literally just talking to you about him for like 5 minutes and you were being all weird. We also talk about him every day. Yes, I know that Dream guy on YouTube. Yes. And then basically Sam says, that Dream guy? Well, don't tell anyone, right? You have to promise me that you won't tell anyone, but that Dream guy is me. And they just look at him like, bro? So they're kind of just looking at him, and I'm going to be honest, none of them believed him, even in the slightest. So they're like, okay, Sam, like, why should we believe you? We've never seen Dream before. You don't really sound like him. We don't think it's you, right? We don't really have any reason to believe that he's actually you, besides the fact that you just told us that you're him. Which we kind of just think that you're saying that because you've been noticing how everyone's been talking about him and really likes his videos recently. And then Sam is like, looks a little offended. He's like, you guys don't believe me? And they're like, hey, bro, we really like you, but no, we honestly don't believe you. So then Ryan and his friends were like, okay, right, we can't really believe you right off the bat, but if there's any way you can prove to us that you're actually Dream, like, we would love to see that, because obviously, like, we don't totally believe you, which I hope you can understand, but if you're actually Dream, like, obviously that would be awesome. We love his videos. And look, Ryan's in 5th grade, bro. Like, Ryan didn't believe him, but he kind of wanted to. It would be really cool if one of his friends was actually like his YouTube hero, right? Like, that'd be pretty cool. So Ryan and his friends were like, okay, just come back with proof the next day. And then the next day rolls around, and Ryan and his friends are waiting, and they see Sam walk in with a big smile on his face. Sorry to interrupt the video real quick, but if you made it this far into the video, which you obviously did because you're listening to this right now, I would like you to go into the comment section of this video and comment door down below, like DOOR, the thing you enter a room or a building with, right? Just comment door down below. It's kind of like a fun community thing we do just to see who actually watches the videos. And I've been trying to heart as many of those comments as possible. So if you want the top commenter achievement next to your name, go ahead and comment it down below. There's a good shot you'll get a heart this time, if not next time. And you can always comment it on old videos. I just comment heart whatever I see. Anyways, with that being said, let's hop right into the story. Right, so Ryan and his friends kind of get together because they see Sam walk in. Sam looks at them, and Sam has this big smile on his face. So Ryan and his friends were like, oh, wait, is he smiling because he actually has proof? And then for a second, they're like, and if he actually has proof, does that mean he's actually... Because look, let's be fair, bro. In 5th grade, I believed a lot of dumb stuff. Like, I was super gullible in 5th grade, right? So Ryan still didn't really believe it, but... he really wanted to, bro. So he was kind of excited to see what, the proof was going to be, because while he didn't believe it, he really wanted to. So Ryan basically goes up to Sam and is like, hey man, like, how are you doing? Like, do you have any proof? And he's like, by the way, if you were just saying that yesterday, like, we really don't care. Like, it's all good, bro. Like, it's fine. If you don't have any proof, like, don't worry about it. And Sam's like, no, I got proof. And he has a little smile on his face and he walks away. So all of a sudden, right, Ryan is like, "Oh my God, wait, he actually has proof? Like, he has to be." Ryan kind of jumped to conclusions. So what Ryan ended up doing is he told his friends this, and his friends were just super excited because they in the back of their minds they really thought it'd be super cool if they were to know Dream in real life or something. So they ended up telling like the entire class that Sam was Dream and he had proof. Right. So when Sam eventually finds Ryan and his friends again, basically the entire class comes over and more or less crowds around them. And all of a sudden, Sam's face, which used to be kind of like smug and like, ha ha ha, like I got proof, he seems to be evidently a little bit nervous because all of a sudden, it's not just Ryan and his few couple friends. It's basically like 70% of the class is just waiting for this proof. So all of a sudden, like Ryan is like, okay, Sam, like I got some other people here that are big fans of Dream. Like it would be really cool if it's actually you. We're super excited to see the proof. And Ryan's like, Sam is like, yeah, no, of course. I mean, I'm planning on, yeah, I got you. Yeah. And then Ryan's kind of like, Sam, everything okay? Because Sam was like really wavering at this point. Sam's like, yeah, no, I got the proof. Let me just go get it. Let me get the proof. At this point, Ryan kind of realized that something was up because Sam was being very, very evasive, and he obviously was not confident at all. And he kind of thought that he just kind of like ran away to like recollect his thoughts or whatever. And obviously, if you're actually Dream and you're just trying to show someone that you aren't going to be super nervous about it because you're you, right? But anyways, right, so he's kind of like, okay, this is probably nothing. But he still wants to see it through. He's still kind of interested to see what Sam had in the first place. So eventually, right, Sam comes back, and I would say, I was told that I'd say like a third of the group was still there. So still more than Ryan and his initial friends, but a lot less of the classmates. So all of a sudden, right off the bat, Sam is a bit more confident to show his proof. So he goes up to them, he says, hey guys, sorry about that. I just lost the proof for a second. Here's the proof that I'm actually Dream. So he pulls out his phone and he shows a text message conversation. And the text message conversation is basically reads like, oh, when do you want to play Minecraft next? I want to record a Minecraft manhunt video. And if you look at the contact name says George Not Found, which if you don't know, that's the guy that Dream, the Minecraft guy, normally plays with. But right off the bat, everyone was like, whoa, 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 whoa. If you're actually right, if this is actually George Not Found, Dream wouldn't have his contact labeled as his Minecraft username, right? So all of a sudden, they click into, they say, hey, can I see that for a second? And Sam's like, but he was too late. And one of the friends actually grabbed the phone, right? And when they grabbed the phone, they clicked into the contact to see what the number was. So they click into the number, and obviously it's a number that, they didn't necessarily recognize off the bat. But then Ryan realized that the area code was the same area code of people in his classmates. They all didn't live exactly in the same place, but it was a familiar area code. So all of a sudden, obviously, there's a ton of red flags at this point. First of all, his proof is a text conversation, come on, man. Second of all, the contact is George Not Found. That's like if my mom had my contact as Connor Pugs, bro, that's just not how it's gonna work, right? So then Ryan decides to just call the number. He's like, hey, I'm just gonna call this number. And at this point, Sam was sweating. He's like, oh no, George is asleep. He's in England or whatever, right? Which obviously is not the case because it wasn't even a British area code. It was literally the area code of 20 minutes away from the school, bro. But anyways, they call the number and then they hear a phone buzz in class. And then they look around and they see that one of the guys standing on the other side of the room, his phone is ringing. And the guy probably wasn't paying attention to what was happening because he picked it up. I guess he was spacing out, or he's far enough away that he didn't totally realize what was going on. And he picks it up and he was like, hey, Sam, what's up? And it was just over at that point, man. So after that, Sam basically explains that, yeah, no, he wasn't actually Dream. And Ryan was like, okay, I kind of knew that the whole time. Like, it would have been cool if you were, but I didn't really expect that. And Sam was basically just like, he saw how much, like, you guys liked the Dream, the Minecraft guy, and how he really just thought it would be fun to, like, if he could pretend it was him, and how you guys would, like, be so excited and whatever. And they all just kind of agreed that it wasn't a big deal. But I just thought that was kind of funny how the whole thing went down. And obviously it's not that big of a deal, but it was just a pretty funny story. And my friend's brother Ryan, right? He had a good story to bring back home, which was eventually brought to me and was brought to you on the channel. If you enjoyed today's video and want to support the channel, literally just go ahead and watch another one of my videos. I'm going to have some old storytime videos up on screen right now, or if you don't see them on screen, just go ahead and click on my channel, or you can watch the storytime playlist, which will be on screen, or it'll be linked in the description. And guys, thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, and yeah, see you in the next one. Peace.